Today's video is sponsored by Hugo's Way. Hugo FX is a true ECN broker, allowing you to trade Forex, cryptos, and stocks with up to 1 to 500 leverage. Hugo FX has a wide variety of things you can trade with 55 currencies, 104 stocks, and 31 cryptos. Hugo's Way offers a new level of trading and is able to offer market-leading prices and trading conditions through the MT4 platform. If you're interested in checking out Hugo FX, make sure to check the link in the description of this video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back again with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and other cryptos. Are they about to skyrocket or crash? Now, we've seen Bitcoin move above $10,000 in the last 24 hours. In fact, it reached a pretty impressive level of 10,490, right around there, right? So right under $10,500. And you can see the little Bart Simpson pattern there where we peaked out and then we fell back down, right? So this is key for a few reasons. And by the way, it looks like on the CoinMarketCap high, it was not as high as 10,500, but you'll see on the chart here on TradingView that 10,490 level. In fact, let's hop over there real quick just to confirm it and look at that high. So indeed, the high here was at 10,429 on June 1st. So why does this matter? Why is this so important? Well, the reason why is because 10,500 is a very, very key long-term resistance level. In fact, one of the things that I wanted to point out is $10,000, you know, we've been moving up and above that level. Also, you know, kind of just bouncing in and out of that $10,000 price range. So that $10,000 level itself has lost some of its importance as both a support level and a resistance level. Now, the real level that we're paying attention to is that $10,500 level, and I'm going to talk about it in more detail on the detailed technical analysis in just a minute here. But what you're going to see is the fact that we do still have some resistance, although the move was impressive for Bitcoin in the last 2 days, and even a bit unexpected on my behalf. I still think we're going lower from here. Now, one thing that I did want to point out, take a look at the cryptocurrency 360 overview here. You're going to see that a lot of the altcoins in the last 7 days have done very well. They fully outperformed the market, right? We got Ethereum up 17%, Cardano up 44%, XLM, VeChain, Zilliqa. So a lot of these have been outperforming the market, right? Bitcoin up nicely, but not as much as some of those altcoins that we just talked about. The reason for that, I believe, is just because, one, Bitcoin is clearly a little bit overextended. It was outperforming in the last few weeks, and now it's time for Bitcoin to go lower. A lot of altcoins, especially these smaller to more medium cap sized altcoins, right, have actually been pretty steady and, you know, relatively flat. So they are, for a lot of them, at pretty good valuation price levels. Now, that's not to say that they might not fall, right? If Bitcoin falls back down to 7,000, 6,500, other cryptos and altcoins will probably fall as well, but I don't think they're going to fall as much as Bitcoin necessarily, right? Some might even hold up pretty well. We've seen Tezos being one of the cryptos to hold up the most, right? So expect those patterns to continue where they're going to be able to weather the drop a little bit better here. Also wanted to point out a very interesting bit of information. First off, right, I mentioned on my Twitter, make sure to go follow me there if you haven't already. I posted a little potential breakout alert. Once we moved above $10,000, I said that we are still within the bigger symmetrical triangle pattern, but any move above 10,500 will cause a huge move higher, because indeed, any move above that 10,500 price level is going to be the beginning of the breakout to then make us go, you know, very quickly up to $15,000 or $20,000. So that level is extremely key now. And I also said that it's important to keep in mind that I may have been wrong in my prediction that we're going to move lower to 6,500, and that I will always admit if I am wrong, right? Most of the time I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but I will always admit I'm always 100% transparent in the cases where I'm wrong. However, it does look like we are going to fall lower again, right? So I'm going to talk about that, like I said, in just a few seconds on the chart. But we indeed failed to move above that $10,500 resistance level. Another interesting piece of information is I posted a poll on my Twitter here, although I'm not logged in. The majority of people, around 60% of people, said that they thought Bitcoin is going to move higher from here in the next 1 to 3 months. So higher towards $20,000, with around 30% of people saying that we're going to move lower back down to $6,500. One thing to keep in mind, right? Majority said that we're going to move higher. Very often, the majority is wrong. That's just how things go. It's hard to explain. I'm not fully sure the reasons why, but most people tend to fail at predicting the market, right? Not to bash anyone, but it's not as easy as some might think to predict the market. I have years of experience, years trading these altcoins, cryptos, and stocks, and that's why I'm able to make more accurate predictions based on technical analysis. If you want to learn technical analysis, check out my master course. Link in the description. Less than $20 and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it teaches you everything you need to know about technical analysis. We've gotten great reviews. And also, take a look at this article here. Bitcoin's price plummeted 14% in 15 minutes, down to 8,600, right? And this was just 4 hours ago. So why is this key? First off, I wanted to point out, this just shows you, like we've seen in the past, how quickly Bitcoin and other cryptos can move both to the upside and the downside. Sometimes seeing moves of over 10%, 20% even, in just a matter of minutes, right? That's not something that you're going to pretty much see anywhere else in the financial markets for the most part, but something that's relatively common for Bitcoin and other cryptos. Now, take a look at this as well. A signal that something was amiss was the fact that prior to the price drop, Bitcoin's funding rate was too high. Around 75% of the market was holding long contracts, right? Like I said, the majority tends to be wrong, especially in the shorter term. So look at that. 75% of the market was holding long contracts. That is right in line with my around 60 to 65% of people saying that they thought that Bitcoin was going to move higher towards $20,000. And then the next line here, the majority of traders were anticipating Bitcoin's price to increase and were aggressively longing the market. So we had some FOMO going on, right? Potentially from the halvening, people didn't want to miss out on a potential move higher, which I can understand. I was even very tempted to buy yesterday as we were about to see maybe a stronger breakout. Happy that I didn't, though. Happy that I held off because look at what we saw. We're back down below $10,000, actually below $9,500. And we're going to see what that means on the chart, right? Once again, pay attention to what the majority of people are doing, right? It does tend to be a true indication of potentially taking the opposite point of view, especially in the short term, although that might not work all the time. It is something that should be kept in mind and considered, right? Looking at the chart, what are we going to see here? What does this tell us, right? So first off, I'm going to point out that I had, kind of messed up on my downtrend line a little bit because we had a couple different downtrend lines going on. But now I cleared everything up, and as you can see, we had two main downtrend lines to pay attention. We had this shorter term one that we managed to break above on that spike to 10,430 here on Bitstamp exchange, and now we're back below that downtrend line, right? However, if we zoom out, you're going to see the more important downtrend line, and the one that I may have forgot to fully map out was this downtrend line at the one that links to this peak right here. And as you can see, that's right in line with the top that we got at around $10,430. So indeed, we have that $10,500 area, $10,400 area with a lot of resistance. I'll go ahead and draw that on right now on the chart. And on top of that, right, we have the downtrend line right at that level. It was a perfectly lined up level where, we got that horizontal level of resistance and the downtrend line. So it's really hard to break above something like that, especially in a situation like this. So now taking a look at the fact that we moved lower, how are we looking? Well, first off, I'm going to draw on the RSI, right? We do have a downtrend line going on right here. And as far as the uptrend line is concerned, that is causing a symmetrical triangle pattern. So pretty similar to what we have on the actual price side of things. Now, as far as the MACD is concerned, you're also going to notice there that we are downtrending on the MACD as well. So what that tells us is the fact that we are probably going to move lower from here, right? Yet another indicator there to pay attention. We got a very nice and impressive bounce on Bitcoin, right? All the way from that low there around $3,800, and then all the way back up to that $10,500 price area, right? Huge uptrend on both the RSI and the MACD. As you can see, it would be hard for us to continue to move higher after a run up like this, we do need to, kind of calm things down, get that breather. You can see as well, if I were to extend these two uptrend lines, right, we have yet another resistance where in the case that we were to break out higher, right, for whatever reason, if it did happen that we broke out higher above $10,500, look at what would happen. We'll bounce a little bit up and down here in the next few days, but I think that we're going to fall lower, and then it's just going to be a slow but steady bit of consolidation, especially initially in that 7,000, more confirmed than ever that we will actually be visiting this area of $6,500, the end of the symmetrical triangle pattern, in right around the July of 2021. So that's something that I talked about multiple times. You can see it here on the chart if I zoom out a bit, but this level really seems like it's going to be unavoidable at this point, right? Especially with this recent rejection of that key level of resistance. We're targeting the 6,500 level once again. That seems unavoidable at this point, like I said. And let me just go ahead and also do a quick chart analysis on Ethereum just to get more of an altcoin perspective side of things. Now, like I said, a lot of altcoin movement in the next few months is going to vary quite a bit. We could see some that are going to do fairly well, some that might fall a bit, some that'll hold up very well. So we're going to get more variation as far as the altcoins are concerned if we are going to pull back here in general in the crypto market. But look at what you see for Ethereum, right? Also a symmetrical triangle price pattern, and we just reached that top of the downtrend line. We're going to fall lower from here, guys. I think it's very likely, right? This is just doesn't get more stereotypical of a pattern here where we reach the resistance. We're going to fall lower from here. We also have a pretty ugly downtrend line and a double top failure of moving above the 70 line on the RSI. That's actually something that you don't find very often. Let me go ahead and map that out there. Something that I don't think should be overlooked. But we have indeed two rejections of the 70 line on the RSI, right? That's something that you don't find very often, and definitely a bearish pattern because, as you know, as I mentioned before in multiple videos, that 70 line on the RSI tends to be a key level of breakout, right? Once you move above the 70 line on the RSI, supposing that we did on the second try around, we would have typically seen a very strong breakout, something that could have pushed us to $300, $350 plus, right? Very quickly. So one of the key indicators for a big breakout is a move above that 70 line on the RSI, and we failed that twice, which is pretty rare in a very short amount of time as well. So target level for Ethereum here is going to be January 2021 or February 2021, right around $130. So indeed, I think we're going to move lower here for a lot of these cryptos. Bitcoin probably going to fall, a fair amount here compared to some of the altcoins that could hold up better. That's kind of the overall view of things. And, let me know your opinion in the comment section below. What do you think is going to happen? I'll still be buying a bunch of cryptos, including Bitcoin, including altcoins, during this move lower. I'll try to buy the most possible as it's the lowest, but I think I'll be regularly accumulating crypto. Make sure to check out my technical analysis master course, guys. Like I said, less than $20, 30-day money-back guarantee. Absolutely everything you need to know about technical analysis. You can even go check out the reviews for yourselves. And also follow me on Twitter to get those live market updates. Link to that in the description of this video as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.